Benevolent Pharaoh, you have brought peace and prosperity to our nation. Under your wise and capable rule, Egypt is a strong and glorious country once again. All nomarchs are loyal to you, and no threats to our great nation remain. Having accomplished all your family set out to do so many years ago, it is time to memorialize the achievements of your great dynasty. The only way to accomplish this is to build the grandest pyramid Egypt has ever known. A pyramid even larger than that of Khufu at Blxz. Others in your noble family have sacrificed much on the long road leading to your rule of Egypt. They too must be remembered and honored with a sandstone mausoleum to acknowledge their unwavering support. The ideal location for these monuments is Hetepsenusret in the rich Fayum region. From there, you can attend to all the affairs of state and respond to any requests for supplies that your cities may ask of you as you build your great pyramid.
G'day mates, welcome back to Pharaoh. This is the final episode of Pharaoh. We're doing the Peaceful Mission, episode 24. This is Hetepsenusret. The hell is that? We need 12,000 population. We need a massive culture rating. That monument rating is possibly the largest I've ever seen. And of course, prosperity and kingdom are pretty high as well. Let's head on to the city. And here we are. Looks like it is a very green area. And oh Jesus, we got 2,000 Debans. Okay, it's obviously a trade mission. What? Bucky, is that the... Okay, we're Ducklers. I'm going to be missing something. We're going to have another one somewhere. You are kidding me. That is the only trade thing we've got. So papyrus is going to be it, and possibly linen as well. Okay. Nope, not going to be linen. Not going to be jewelry. It is going to be papyrus. I think we are absolutely stuffed. Where's the papyrus come from? I don't even know how to approach this. This is madness. What? We've got woodcutters, I think, as well. Yeah, we're woodcutters. There's a whole lot of wood. Maybe there's some over here. Okay, there's a fair bit of wood. Most likely that will open up sometime in the near future. Looks like there's fertile ground up here on the mini-map. Let's have a quick peek at that. Here's a little bit. Most likely this will be for brick production, straw and whatnot to be able to come out from here, I suspect. Geez, I don't even know how to approach this mission. This is crazy. Let's have a quick look at our temples. We have 4 of them, and it looks like Bast is our patron god. Yes, she is. Okay, so no Set, but 4 other gods. Pretty acceptable. Those aren't too bad. Let's have a look at the monuments we're going to build. We're going to need a mausoleum, a grand mud brick pyramid complex, which is different to a mud brick pyramid complex. So we built a pyramid complex before, but this one should be... Oh, it's huge. It's even bigger than the other one. So it's bigger than the one at Rostia. This is massive. And of course, it's got to be on this island here. I don't even know how to approach this one. This is... wait, wrong one. Monuments. We need just a la. That's acceptable. It's pretty big, but it's not impossible. And of course, the mausoleum. And we're going to have to import everything, because we cannot quarry any stone. And actually, we can't get any limestone anywhere, can we? They'll sell sandstone, but I don't have the cash for that. I'm not going to blow 1,000 on that. And that's more than a quarter of our money gone already, just opening the trade route. I have no idea how to approach this one. I'm going to spend the next God knows how long just looking at this and trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Just to put things in perspective here, I've basically blown all my cash just building this little housing block here. I have no idea how I'm going to approach this. And there we go, straight into debt. Do we get rescue funds? I hope we do. Hope we do. Yeah, okay, we've got 3 grand. That's a little more acceptable. So we got 5 grand basically to build this city. With that, I think I can pretty much... Where are we? Papyrus. With that, I think we can pretty much set up a decent little industry here. I'm going to immediately go and open up the thing to Darkle Oasis. We're going to have to get off 2,500 papyrus per year. It's not a huge amount, but it will get things ticking over for the beginning part of the game at least. Okay, and there we go. I've blown all our money as well. We're basically set up. I think this is the best we can do for the time being. If any requests come in early, then we're pretty much screwed. Hopefully it's going to be for papyrus, if anything. Yeah, I suppose I'm just going to let time run along a little bit now and see if we can actually make any money. And here we go, buying some papyrus just before we head into debt for the, I guess the first real time. There you go, 1,000 Devons made, and that's all the papyrus we could make. We can sell that a couple more times, so we're going to get basically 3,000 Devons per year in terms of export from if we can sell maximum amount. So let's actually put that to good use. I think immediately, let's have a quick look at population. Okay, loads of unemployment. So I can move into food immediately. I think that is what we're going to have to do. And it looks like farming will be the way of doing that. Unless there's any, is there hunting on this? There is hunting somewhere. And there is fishing. I've got no idea where the fishing is, but I'll have to figure that out. I suspect farming is probably going to be the way forward. Oh, there you go. There's the hunting over here. It's pretty far away, so farming it's going to be. Okay, grain is all set up. The workers are trundling down. Let's have a cool far out. Okay, 800 wood. We've been here for basically 1 year. That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, there you go. Actually, I've got a fair bit of savings from the last couple of missions. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not really kosher to do anything, but I think at this point I really don't have a choice. I'm just going to give 5,000 through because I need to set up a woodcutting industry, and that's going to involve... how much time do I have? 12 months. I've got 1 year to comply, but it's going to involve finding the timber. It was down here, wasn't it? There we go. That's all the timber down here. I don't know if I can do this thing without giving a gift to the city. There just is not enough cash or time to get everything running. So let's see how we go here. Okay, timber is flowing in, and oddly enough, I didn't need that cash infusion of 5,000. I'm actually selling enough papyrus. I feel a bit guilty now because I've sold off enough papyrus to actually fund my little expansion down here. So as long as I keep above 5,000, we can pretend I never gave that gift away. Either way, we should have enough timber very shortly. We're only a couple of hundred short, and no doubt this will become an export sometime in the future. Surely, with so much timber on the map, we can do something. So I will be able to set up a little dock over here, I hope, if something opens up, and then we'll be in a much better position. In the interests of city planning, I've decided to throw down this grand mud brick pyramid complex because it is the only one that's not massively flexible about where I put it. It does need to be connected to the Nile somewhere. Now, I could put it down here, might not necessarily be a bad idea. Keeps it sort of away. I'm not going to build anything around it. Although if I put it up here, most likely I will be building the city around it. It may look a little bit cooler. So, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm thinking down here might actually be the better place of putting it. It does seem to sort of slot in there quite nicely. And there'll be access around the backside. And I'm not going to run into it anymore, most likely. Who knows? Who knows? I think I'll just put it here for the time being. And hopefully nothing goes to shit. Okay, a request of 500 Devons. Very, very easy to meet this one here. We can send that off. We've got more than sufficient cash. I have actually tapped into my my gift here very slightly, but that's no big problem. I think I'll have to work within those boundaries. Now, you can see over here, I am throwing down another little housing block. This is for two reasons. One, I think that... I'll actually put that over on this side, I think. Leave a gap there. For one, I'm thinking that there is probably going to be a very real labour shortage in the near future. I'm currently a little bit short, although by feeding these people over here now, I am actually going to have a labour glut in the near future. But the second reason, the reason I'm putting it so far over here, is that I'm suspecting we're going to get a number of additional requests. I'm trying to tap every single raw resource I can, and at the moment that is going to be these game birds over here. There really isn't too much more. There's probably going to be... I was looking at, there's going to be fishing wharves. I can probably throw, I can't throw them here, can I? Shit. I may actually throw some fishing wharves over here and feed these people via fish. I think that's how I'm going to do this one here. That'll tap the fishing wharves. Then I've got the game meat over here, and I'll probably need to produce bricks in the near future using the straw from my grain farms, as well as pottery and all the other things that I can do. That way I will be totally secure when anything does happen to go wrong in the near future. Great news. What happened? Because Menat Khufu has opened up. Brilliant stuff. Let's have a quick peek at Menat Khufu. Please buy. They will buy bricks. Okay, looks like bricks are going to be my next export good. They're also going to be very useful because eventually, it's going to take a long time, I imagine. Eventually, this pyramid is going to require an absolute metric shit ton of bricks. So I better get started on that soon. I've got the a little bit of, what do you call it, stuff coming in. Is it going to be a water trade route? It is a land trade route. That is convenient. So I think I'll start working on that right now. Okay, this is a little request out of the blue. Well, it's not entirely unexpected, but it's 1100 game meat. So thankfully this over here has been ticking along. The problem, of course, is I have been feeding my people on game meat, so we don't really have as much as we would like. If I empty this out, though, there's probably a good chance that we will manage to actually make you get maximum as well. It's probably a good chance that we will be able to fulfill that request. And with that, pottery and bricks are currently under production. We lack a bit of straw, which is an issue at the moment, but I'll throw down a whole bunch more farms. I reckon we can take care of that near... Ooh, not good. Our unemployment is a little bit high. It was as high as 38% a little while ago. So all these different housing blocks are adding up quickly, but I think we can get things under control. Just need to make sure the gods are not pissed off, and they are, unfortunately. So let's see if we can get this back under control as well. At this point, the export of bricks is really driving a massive expansion in our economy. That's brilliant timing. I swear I can't time these things. They just come up out of nowhere. That's good timing though. Don't buy too many bricks though. We do need to actually send them off. We have more than enough though. Hell of a lot of bricks being exported. Let's have just a quick double check of their price here. Where are we? Bricks, 120, so they're pretty valuable. They're nearly as valuable as papyrus at 165. So only a small difference there. And look at that, brilliant. We can sell, how many do we sell per year? 1,500, it's not that many. But they've basically driven the massive expansion in our economy. We've got fishing wharves flying everywhere. We've got food. These people are gradually being fed, although for some reason it's not doing a very good job getting the food out. Probably should have put the bazaar down here. I think I might actually do that. I'll throw a bazaar just there temporarily, just to ensure that we do have the supply of workers coming in. We're a little bit short, but everything's leveling up, and I suspect we will get there shortly. My next plan really is to get the military going. So as you can see down here, I've got chariots pouring out like you wouldn't believe. Actually, we'll need a storage for them. Chariots really are just the easiest way of doing it. I don't need a huge amount of effort finding copper. I can get wood from very nearly anywhere on this map. So, did I choose chariots? I did choose chariots. So this will allow me to throw down a bunch of troops. Hopefully we're not going to need transport wharves or anything like that. I may throw down a couple just because we may have some water requests. I don't know exactly what to expect from the troop requests here. Very good news. Looks like Menat Khufu will now sell us more limestone. That hasn't really come into effect just yet. 40 blocks is brilliant, especially via land trade route. So it hasn't really come into effect just yet, but no doubt that will... What's the problem? No doubt that will help us down the track when we do eventually get this bloody base cleared. They've been working on this for so long. A couple of years now in game time. I really would like to know how long this is going to take me. And yet another request, this time for papyrus. Luckily, we already started in that one there. It would cut down our income if we had any problems producing it. But thankfully, there is more than enough reeds here to shoot things off. Actually, that concerns me a little bit. I wonder if they're going to do that. That would be very sneaky. I am going to, just in case, throw down a little bit of storage for reeds. I don't expect to ever actually utilize it, but I've got more than enough space available, and the reeds really are just piling up. So if I throw them in there, just in the off chance that they do get requested, I will be capable of meeting that. There we go. Ikiatawe will now trade with us, and I did realise this area over here wasn't working because I had a roadblock too close. They weren't getting staff. So hopefully they will actually start hunting now. At the very least, you will start accepting game meat. Who knows? Anyway, let's have a quick look at Ikiatawe. They'll buy beer, kind of useful, although, okay, they'll sell us limestone via land trade route again. Considering it's a land trade route and I have the spare cash, I am going to open it just because it's not going to mess anything up. But the limestone will be useful in the far distant future, no doubt. Okay, unemployment is down low at 1%, so with that, it's time to start moving on and leveling this area up. We've got the pottery already here prepared. So there we go, through down the entertainment, and these guys are leveling right up. Now this pretty much is the focus of the city at the moment, although no doubt these other ones will have to level up sometime in the future. I don't know if I'm going to get everything spread through the entire city. I have tried to... yep, they're all working down there nicely. I have tried to get everything spread through the city, you know, with an eye to actually expanding in the future, so everything is connected. But I'm not sure whether resources will flow very well when the city gets huge. We need 12,000 people, and no doubt nobles will be required somewhere simply to get that prosperity up to 80. With an eye to future expansion, I have set up a little bit of a straw farm here. Now, you might think grain farms? No. These are pretty much just straw farms. 2% fertile, 2% fertile, 2% fertile. These are absolute rubbish farms. They are producing 100 straw though, and they produce it. How often do they do it? Looks like May. So they may even have 2 harvests a year. This is a very effective straw farm. At the moment, I haven't found an easy or convenient way. There you go, they're all moving down to these storage yards here. I haven't found an easy or convenient way to actually get irrigation up here just yet. These reeds pretty much block anything. I can put one here, but I can't get staff to it. So I'd probably have to source the irrigation from maybe far over here. Bring it right around the back, which it's not necessarily a bad idea, but it may get in the way a little bit. I'll have to figure that one out. It really depends on how our food situation's going. And at the moment, that's not an issue, so I'm not really that bothered. There we go, the pretty expected request for fish. I think we can easily send that one off as well. We get shit tons in storage at the moment, and more than enough backing up, so that will refill very quickly. You can see here I am building this little... I guess, what do you call it, Temple Complex Festival Square, little combination here with a housing block just next to it, so it'll hopefully look absolutely stunning right here, built smack dab into the center. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that, I think. Brilliant. Trade route to Abu. Let's have a quick look and see what Abu will give us. We are desperate for cash. We're basically having to just stop building every couple of minutes. Oh, brilliant. That's a water trade route though. That does complicate things slightly. They'll buy papyrus. They'll also buy some pottery from us. It's really too good to pass up, but for the time being, I'm not going to do it. I just need to figure out how to move everything down. Papyrus, pottery is pretty easy. I think I'll just knock out a couple of these here and throw the dock in right there. Okay, it's taken a little bit of playing around. I've had to delete a couple of roads here and there, but basically these guys are now buying all our pottery and papyrus, so that should drive our trade incomes right up and allow me to continue expanding at a more appreciable rate. Down here you can see this thing is still ticking over. I think it's going to take a long time. This pretty much is going to be the bottleneck for the entire mission, because population is not an issue. I'm already a third of the way there, and at this point I'm not even trying. Unemployment, of course, is the ongoing problem, but I don't think I can... I don't think I'll suffer from that for too much longer. I have some big plans coming up in the near future. And just cut back quickly, looks like Itiatawe is now selling even more stone to us. Not a big thing at the moment, but again, will come in useful in the future. There you go. Good time. Good thing I actually put aside those reeds. We've got 9 months to comply, so I probably could have saved them up anyway. But there we go. I suspect we're going to be getting a request for pretty much every single good we can produce. So it might be worthwhile stockpiling clay at some time in the near future as well. No doubt we're going to get something for everything. There we go, new trade route to Rawati, very useful. Let's have a quick peek at what Rawati will actually sell us. Let's have a look, where are they? Up here. Rawati will, okay, they'll buy nothing that we can produce, which is a little bit shit. It is a land trade route, which is good. They'll sell us straw we don't really need. Barley, I think, is going to be very important. I actually do need to move into barley in the near future. So I'm going to open you up just for the hell of it. I think... So I'm going to need pretty much every trade route open anyway, I reckon. No doubt it'll all be very valuable. You will sell us... Yeah, actually I do have to get that sandstone done eventually as well. You'll also sell sandstone, so we can get about, what's that, 40 per year between these two trade routes. Not a lot of people selling barley though. I suspect this could be a bit of a problem. You get 4,000 and Rawati will do... Actually, no, I can get 8,000 barley. That is pretty good. And request for papyrus, 3200 papyrus, which is something we do not actually have. We have been seriously exporting shit tons of papyrus, so it's time, I think, to actually begin a proper expansion of our papyrus here. Papyrus maker, let's throw down as many of these babies as we can. I think we'll be able to actually do quite a bit of, what's the word? We'll put a lot of it to good use, I think. I'm trying to say, if I can get my words correct. We'll need, of course, a firehouse and an architect's post. Don't forget those. Papyrus is very, very flammable, I would imagine. But those workshops there should be able to get our papyrus stocked up and nice. I think for the time being as well, for the duration, we've got 12 months, I am actually going to stockpile papyrus temporarily. And there we go, they are digging out the tomb finally. Excellent. So this base is fully prepared, and technically that's only 5% complete. So we're going to need 20,000 bricks, which is 50... I know, wait, that's only the current course. We need 264,000 bricks and 1,728 individual blocks of limestone. So it's going to take a long time to get all of that. Oh, geez. Okay, this is going to take a lot of effort to get prepared. We've got the bricks being pumped out reasonably well over here. Now, it's not a massive industry, but it is pretty good. It's sufficient for export and sufficient for at least the beginning construction phase. Over here, of course, you can see I'm busy importing all the sandstone, and I have marked out exactly where I would like that mausoleum to go. It's going to fit in right there. It'll look absolutely beautiful. Well, there you go, that's brilliant. A gift of 64,000 or 6,400 bricks. I don't have space for them at the moment, so I'm going to have to just throw down a couple of sneaky storage yards here. That will greatly help us. Let's throw you... There we go, bricks. Okay, new trade route to Knossos. Let's have a look what Knossos will buy from us. They are going to give us... they'll buy timber via land trade route, and they'll also buy papyrus. Very, very nice. So we can obviously get quite a bit of cash here, and they will provide another luxury good if we do decide to go the palatial route, although I may not even go that high. You know what? Buy the timber. You may as well bloody well buy it. Timber. Where is wood? It's probably right in front of me. There you go, right there. I'm going to export. If we've got timber, take it, get rid of it. It's currently doing us no good. Good news, Abu is willing to trade more sandstone. Doesn't make a huge difference because we've got essentially infinite time almost. Effectively, just unlimited time due to the fact that this thing's going to take so very bloody long. And we still have another, we still have a large mud brick thingy in behind that. But I mean, at the very least, Abu will allow us to clear out and make more space. Once we've actually got this down, I can repurpose this area for something different. Mendefer's also opened up while I'm talking. They'll buy bricks, which is kind of useful, and they'll buy jewelry, not very useful at all. Beer, that actually might be useful if I go into a beer import for the time being. I can import in nearly 8,000 units of barley per year, and I suppose whatever beer I don't use can be exported. You'll buy bricks for the time being. I will open you just because I do need the cash, although at this point we are not producing very many bricks at all. I think I will convert this area into another brickworks in the near future. And in good news, we have enough sandstone now to actually place this mausoleum down. We'll throw you right there as planned earlier. Smash that one down there. And that gives us a whole lot more space now to actually open up and use this. So I'm going to delete most of these babies here. I don't need you to do anything for me right now. And I think instead, I'm going to move this over to an extended brickworks. Although I may need just a little bit more clay. Okay, now that taxes basically have nearly 5,500 per year, they're basically between taxes and exports from all the additional people that have opened up, selling all our beautiful, beautiful papyrus. I think I might actually need a couple more reed gatherers. I think I'll throw just a couple down just to keep everything up to date. But what over here I've got is a whole bunch of barley imports coming in. So each yard can hold half barley and half... okay. Ooh, shit, I don't have that many reeds. We are in a real bind at the moment. We're starting to reach that size where we're outstripping most of our resources, so I'm going to have to stockpile the reeds for a little while. Not good. I had thought that I was doing well before. Either way, we've got enough barley now that we can actually start throwing down breweries, and I reckon a lot of breweries, because I don't want to have to outstrip my resources too soon. I think this should be a good enough setup. Doing my usual little, what do you call it, like little, I don't know, peninsula sort of thing that pokes out. That should be more than sufficient for the time being. And looks like we've had a request for grain pop up as well. I will send that one off. And there we go, the pop-up actually came up. I figured that one out before it happened. We are slowly getting towards the reeds. We're getting there very, very gradually. Nearly there. Okay, we can send that one off. And with that, we can actually start using the reeds again and go back to papyrus. It is an absolute pain in the ass that I have to give up so much money. That's a hell of a lot of... an absolute hell of a lot of papyrus that I could have made, but no doubt we will get sorted in time. Okay, that grain we sent off has actually opened up a trade route to Wasp. Let's have a look what Wasp will do. Normally they just sell everything. Selling limestone's not necessarily a bad idea, but I think we've got enough of it for the time being. Let's have a quick peek on how things are going. Yeah, we got shit tons of limestone coming in, so at the moment it's the bricks. I can't actually build enough bricks. We're doing pretty well. Why are we not making enough bricks? Let's have a look here. We need more clay. So apparently I'm not getting enough clay. Likely the distance up there is just a little bit too far. Wait, why are there no workers? I got no unemployment, but I got one unemployed person, so looks like we need just that smidge of feeder housing here. Again, not something I like to do, but maybe we do need it. Well, there you go, the mausoleum is completely finished. With that, I reckon we can actually get rid of these, what do you call them, sandstone yards. And we do not need to import any more sandstone. That is bloody brilliant. So with that, one monument down. It's looking quite nice there. I think as I build up, probably have another housing block over here. Almost certainly have another housing block over here. I really do need that in the near future. So I think we're going to be looking very, very nice, this city. Once again, no idea what causes this bloody graphical glitch. It's finished, the thing's done, but the nice beautiful tiles just seem to disappear. Maybe if I... no idea. Come back on the screen, it is all gone. Yeah, no idea, but it looks bloody ugly there with that brown dirt. I think I preferred it with the multicolored plaza stuff all around it. Some pretty hefty requests coming in. These are full yards they're asking for each time, so... you know, full yard of reeds nearly, full yard of papyrus, game meat, pottery. Really is starting to drain into my resources quite a bit, but I am getting sort of big loads of bricks coming in as well, so putting them to good use, gradually building this. We've done, what's that, 4 layers? Only another 195,000 bricks to go. I think we're getting there. Okay, trade to Kadesh can happen. Let's have a quick peek at Kadesh. Also, Abu just increased the amount of sandstone they'll sell us. Not that that matters at all. They'll buy more papyrus. This is pretty incredible, actually. I really need to up my papyrus production. Although I think I'm beginning to outstrip the number of reeds that I can actually grow on this map, so may not be entirely worth it. Although they will buy linen, which could be handy. Look, I'm going to open you up for the time being anyway. It's only a land trade route. It's not going to bugger anything up. So hopefully we can just sort of keep chipping away and sell just that little bit of extra papyrus if we do happen to outstrip our trade partners. Okay, scribal schools have gone down. I think I forgot this one here. Let's throw a scribal school in for you as well. Squeeze one right there. So scribal schools are going down. People are going up into common residences. This, I think, is as far as I'm likely to go. We require a second type of food. And in efforts to keep things simplified, most of my bazaars are set to only get a single type. This one here, I may not have actually set. There you go. So if that bazaar lady is good enough, she may well grab some fish as well, and they may level up slightly higher. But the others I'm not necessarily too bothered about. They can stick to the single type of food. I think I'll just build more houses and use nobles to get my prosperity up higher. Alrighty, due to a massive demand for new workers, let's have a quick peek how much it is. It's about, what's that, 150 or edging towards 200. And so I decided to throw this one down here. This one is going to be fed 2 types. I'm going to actually attempt to push these guys up to fancy residences. We have here a grain gathering thing and a fish gathering one. I tend to have a few troubles when one granary is trying to get 2 types of, or multiple types of food. So in an effort to combat that, I'm going to attempt to have 2 separate granaries there. We'll see how that goes. So there we go, we have a couple of spacious residences developing, and we do require a supply of linen. They're not all evolving for some reason. She's not getting enough food in Yeah, she's struggling with food a little bit. Maybe worthwhile to throw down a second bazaar, perhaps right here, near the entrance to sort of... Could be an issue with fish, actually. Yeah, maybe I did have to give away a huge amount of fish just recently, so that could be part of the reason. Yeah, we seem to be a little bit low on fish. I think it might actually be worthwhile expanding my fishing operation just before we begin to outstrip anything. Well, I think I've identified the fish shortage. What was happening was these bazaar ladies up here were going through and grabbing all the fish as well. So most people here, a couple of common residences, but for the most part we are moving towards spacious residences. Considering that we've now delivered the 2 types of food to most of them, I'm not actually against throwing linen through here somewhere, if I can obviously find space for storage yards. Be down here somewhere. So I think I will begin working on linen in the near future. Well, that's shit. What was Bucky selling us? I have no idea. They weren't buying anything, I don't think, but they were selling... They have copper. Oh, maybe. I don't remember. They had gems, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what they were selling us. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue, though. Maybe worthwhile actually bumping up our military slightly more. I suspect that could be them letting us know that we're going to have a larger, what do you call it, like a military request coming up in the near future. There we go, 10,000 people. We're doing pretty well in terms of population. What do we need to do now? We need 12,000 total, which is not the issue. I think we're going to greatly exceed 12,000 simply because we're going to need all those workers, and the population will begin to age sometime in the near future. We've got 4% unemployment now. Let's have a quick look at our census. So you can see here we've got a massive wall of people who are about to age and go into retirement very soon. This does mean, though, that with a fairly stable population curve, actually. There's not that big plunge that I often get. I mean, down here is very low, but backing them up behind them is not too bad. We may have a couple of lean years when these guys sort of, I suppose, reach their early working part and this big amount drops off, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a crash. What are we going to do? We've definitely got room for more housing blocks, and I think we've got food for more housing blocks as well. If not, I can always tap down here. There is a lot of food potential on this map, and I can always throw pottery over here. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw... Get out of the way, mate. I'm going to throw pottery and beer over here and level these guys up. That'll give us just a little bit more working potential. Okay, looks like Abu is under attack, so Bucky really has decided to go all out. They are going to attack us. With that, we need a waterborne set of troops. Shit. How are we going to do this? I think what we're going to do is turn these guys into military transports for the time being. That can be reversed in the near future, but I think 8 months should be sufficient time to actually... You need to get timber up here as well. You're going to accept as much timber as you can, and that'll allow us to get those transports well sorted. Okay, with that 2 months to go, we got more than enough forces. They are all embarked onto our transports, and we can send you guys off, hopefully, onwards to victory. And the heroes have returned. Absolutely beautiful. We've managed to beat them back. Hopefully that'll open up the trade route back to Bucky. Not that I think they were giving us very much anyway. But you can see here I've begun trading in flax. What do you call it? Yeah, flax. So I'm bringing in flax to make some linen. Company can't reach its destination. I will take care of that. But we're bringing in flax from Abu, and we're making a hell of a lot of linen. This will begin to flow into these houses in the early part, but eventually I will begin to use it for mortuaries as well. Obviously that's the final space remaining in these blocks is for a mortuary. Where are those guys? Why can't they get back to where they have to go? Should be very, very simple. Okay, looks like Abu is under attack again, even though I just beat them back. I'd like to know where my transport ships are. Is that them? Yes, that's them there. Okay, so they are not going back to their docks, oddly enough. You guys head back to your wharf, and we'll take care of that shortly. So what do I need to send off to Abu this time? I need more waterborne troops. I literally just did that. Okay, let's do that all over again. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but not too difficult. Okay, struggling to get the other guy, the third or the fourth guy on, so you can actually return to your fort, and I'll just dispatch the 3 of you. It's going to be only a small force again, so I'll send those 3 off, and for some reason that was not working very well with these guys. They just weren't loading on properly. And the heroes have returned. Great news. Hopefully not going to have to send even more off in the near future. You never ever know. Of course, they can't get to their destination again. That's no real problem. And another attack with Abu. So let's send off even more troops. It's starting to get a little bit repetitive. So I'll just send you guys off and I'll explain what I was doing down there in the southwest in a second. Okay, average waterborne force. We can send off another 4 chariots and hopefully absolutely annihilate them. Now, focusing on what's down here, hopefully you guys can't see that Skype pop up in the bottom right. I think I'm doing screen capture, so it may or may not show up. Anyway, what I'm doing down here, throwing up another little bit of, this is essentially a fishing village. I will supply them with all the required amenities. They will level up nicely, but fish is sort of an ongoing concern at the moment. We are struggling ever so slightly to get the, what's the word? Get the food that we need in. Fish is being depleted very quickly for some reason. We've got more than sufficient amounts of grain coming out of our bloody ears everywhere. But fish, see, all the fish warehouses tend to be just a little bit empty, and that is a concern for me. This one's doing nicely, thankfully. But that is a little bit of a concern, so I'm going to have to set up a little housing block here as well. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, doesn't matter, I'll get that sorted as well. I think that'll actually push us over the population requirement as well. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Okay, I think this one here should be sufficient. And of course the heroes have returned yet again. Kingdom Standing is climbing. I hope this is not going to be an ongoing thing because it's starting to annoy me slightly. Have they all returned back? Not yet. The boats must be sailing in from somewhere. There we go. Send you guys back, and with that we're basically... Yeah, they're not leveling up for some reason. Apparently going overseas doesn't give them an upgrade at all. Okay, new trade route to Mycenae has opened. Let's see if they will actually do anything better than Rawatli. They'll buy game meat, not very useful. It's a land trade route, that is useful. They will buy more papyrus, which we don't need because we can't make any more papyrus. We can't get enough reeds. Weapons useless. Wine not very useful. Yeah, it's not a hugely useful land route. I think though, we wonder if we can get more papyrus over here. Let's just have a quick. They're actually doing fairly well. I think I'll throw down a courthouse. I don't look at this little village very often, but they're doing pretty well. Let's have a quick peek over here. How's that papyrus going? So I've set it so we only export over something like 1200 or whatever. I may even decrease you slightly. We don't need that much papyrus on this side of the river. So we're only exporting over 1600, which should allow us to keep at least a couple in our yards without being totally depleted. Elegant residences, single god. That makes absolutely no sense. You've got 2 gods in this block. No idea. So look, you're Osiris, you're Bast. How about I just throw down a Ra one directly outside? Does that make you any happier? There we go. So we've got ourselves here some fancy residences. Now I absolutely do not want them to buy luxury goods. That will be a disaster. It will tank my employment, which is currently at 6% unemployment, which is a good solid amount for the time being. I'll need papyrus. You get a bit of papyrus as well. I think it's time to start getting some working mortuaries in the city. They will allow me to gradually start ticking up culture. So we're going to keep building towards this here, but eventually we're going to require, eventually we're going to require just a hell of a lot of culture. We're going to need massive amounts of jugglers. We've already got 8 stages, although only 6 of them seem to be working at the moment. And that's only a poor coverage. This is going to be a very big culture dump. And another attack on Abu. These are getting a little bit old. I'm not going to show them anymore after this unless something very unexpected happens. Alright, I don't normally believe in coincidences, but I think this one here is a pretty good fit. You look at that right there, smack dab in the center. It's going to stuff up that road a little bit, but that's not a major concern. This will allow us to have that pyramid right built into the city. It'll look spectacular there, I think. We've got this one down here. I'd like to sort of have something filling in this gap here, just to really sort of wrap around the pyramid, make it look like it's right there. Not sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but we've got the population requirement well and truly. How is our unemployment going? It should be reasonably high. 8% is pretty good, actually. That'll give me a fair bit of room to allow my population to age and stabilize out a bit, as well as to actually give me all the culture stuff that I am going to need. Okay, I've got a different request this time. We're heading off to Baki, so I think this will actually this will cancel off and finally end these bloody continuous attacks that are going on. So we can actually retake Baki, and with that, I suppose, push the Nubians back and stop them from attacking Abu. Yes, my cat has decided to chime in because we're all talking. Let's all sing our song of our people. Really odd, this game. In the last sort of 3 or 4 minutes, I've had about 5 or 6 fires that just randomly come out of nowhere. They've all been supported by firehouses. I don't know if it's an ongoing bug. I don't know if things just build up over time, but a little bit unfortunate. We lost a juggler school and a conservatory. Very, very minor losses, all things considered, but it's odd that we've had so many fires in the recent past. It's happened pretty much every single city I've done as well. Don't know why. Okay, our fancy residence area, or our future noble area, are currently up to fancy residence level. That means they're going to require luxury goods to come in before they will actually do anything further. So without further ado, let's start working on actually getting some luxury goods in. Now, they're going to be very, very expensive. I don't think we can make anything locally. We could make some, what do you call them? We could make some jewelry here locally by importing gems, but do I have enough unemployment? I do have enough unemployment, but I suppose it's just too much effort for me at this point. When you've got 205,000 Debons in the bank and you're making, 9,000 plus a year, I don't think it's going to be worth my effort to actually bother bringing them in. So we're going to import luxury goods. We're going to import up to... Actually, how many do I need? I require a full storage yard worth of luxury goods. So as expensive as it's going to be, I'm actually going to import to a full storage yard's worth, so we can actually send off for that monument quite easily. Okay, the luxury goods are flowing now. We've got ourselves common manners, and they're struggling with desirability for some reason. This block isn't the best one I could possibly do. I think it's to do a large part to do with the Senate House and the various things I have around them. Oh, I need a mortuary. I forgot about a mortuary. Where am I going to fit a mortuary? I'm going to fit one right there. Throw a mortuary in there, and hopefully the linen can come across. It's a bit of a long distance linen trek, so they should manage though, no doubt. Well, there you go, look at that, it's almost like it was meant to be. They require, royalty is... Did I forget to do that request? It looks like I failed to do that request. I don't know why. It's odd that they sound like they were grumpy for some reason. Did I miss a request somewhere? Oh, I can't believe I missed it. Jesus Christ. Ah, far out. I mustn't have been paying attention. I must have been doing something else and just not paying attention to it. So, for some reason, I did miss out the 2400, which is odd because I got more than enough to send off. Very disappointed in myself for that. And yet another completely out of character fire. I don't know exactly... Oh, damn, 15,000 people. I don't know where that fire came from. You can see here everyone is well and truly taken care of, but for some reason that papyrus maker just decided to burn down for no reason. Well, there you go. I had to send off 2,400, a little bit late, so I did lose some kingdom rating for that, but no big problems there. It looks like the stately manor. Excellent. So we can actually even get even higher, probably because we have multiple, what do you call them, luxury types flowing into the city. But I think 3x3 is more than sufficient for now. I'm not actually planning on going any higher than that. Okay, Battle of Baki was won a little while ago, and we can now open trade with them again. And it looks like, yeah, they weren't actually giving me anything that I needed. Sandstone was useful, but considering that Abu gives me so much, and the fact is I already had imported everything I needed anyway. And oh, look at that! The graphical glitch disappeared again. So it's back to normal. This is what it's meant to look like. I got no idea what causes that weird graphical glitch to pop up where the base just completely disappears, but it has happened a number of times now. Now, I haven't done anything different. I haven't loaded the game. This has all been one solid playthrough, so I don't know exactly what causes that. Who knows? Okay, the city has built up. We have the population requirement. Well and truly, the prosperity is being taken care of. Kingdom is something that can be done very easily. All we need now pretty much is the monument to be built. Culture is something I tend to do towards the end, simply because it makes the city look absolutely ugly. And I have to stare at this thing for hours and hours and hours, while you guys only get to see pertinent little snippets and cuts every now and then. So I will wait for the ugliness until the very end. I'm going to try a little experiment here. I don't know if removing any of these statues will decrease desirability in the area, but I reckon if I, how am I going to do this? If I turn these into gardens, I may be able to actually expand some of these. I won't do them all, but I'll do a couple of them to make them the larger 4x4 manors. I hadn't originally planned it, but we will see what happens here. There we go, we have ourselves a palatial estate, absolutely stunning. Now I wonder if I can do it with another one or not. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try, let's get you done as well, and we'll see if I can make you larger as well. Okay, so we can get two estates. This one's only a modest estate, so desirability is becoming an issue. But I wonder now if I remove this one here and make you a large statue of some sort, will that boost up the things around you? There we go. So we've got two palatial estates now. Excellent. Now, of course, this one could expand as well. You're not going to at all. I wonder if I can get a couple more palatial estates here. There we go. 4 palatial estates. I think I'm fairly satisfied with that. It wasn't planned, but the fact that we can create them means it's probably better off doing it anyway. See if that has some reason. Oh, we're losing money. That's why I have stopped papyrus exports temporarily, just to allow the papyrus to flow through the city a little bit better. I think at this point, I'm also importing linen. That is probably why we're losing so very much money. Yeah, imports are massive. So with that, I think it's time to begin exporting papyrus yet again. If the game thinks 5200 is the amount, that's the one we're going to go with. Oh shit. Okay, looks like we have just created... I've created a whole bunch of manors along here purely by accident. Oh Jesus. Are you buying luxury goods? No, you're not. So I know what it is. So what's happening is this market lady is running up here to buy linen. So she's running all the way up. She's actually walking past these houses. And now that I've got all these statues down, they're actually enough to level these ones up. So it is going to play absolute havoc with our employment at the moment. I may need to consider doing something else. Looks like they're going to fluctuate back and forth a few times. I could throw some ugly buildings up here to prevent that from happening. Or I could just leave it. I suppose it doesn't really matter too much. I think I wonder if I could throw a library and really push them up. If they're going to be evolving anyway, I may as well go the whole hog. There we go, stately manors, just manors of opportunity, I suppose they are. Oh, geez, we're getting more of them down here. My God. This could be a problem in terms of unemployment. I mean, while we're doing it, we may as well just push for it. But, yeah, either way, Senate House, which we did need for culture eventually, and stately manor, and it's going to devolve soon. Why is that? No more luxury goods. Okay, that is a bit of a problem there. Look, either way, these are going to go back and forth depending on how the luxury goods continue to flow. I'm not massively bothered by it. It does mean that we should have some unemployment again. Not quite, no. But that will come in time. Alright, at this point the city is basically done. Kingdom rating continues to go up due to the occasional requests. Prosperity is maxed out due to our sort of beautiful palatials we've got down there. Culture, again, I've already spoken about that. All we're doing now is waiting for the monument. So 8% unemployment is good. That will help us with an aging population, which is, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It will go down gradually over time. I think that 8% should cover that. The little housing block that we threw in here, is taking care of that. I could probably even bring up some papyrus and give these guys some schooling later on, but I don't need it for the prosperity, and I may only do it later on if... I don't need 96 blocks of limestone. I'm just going to have to reject it, I think. I don't really need it at all, but basically started importing bricks, and we're just going to power through to the end now. It's going to take a long time at full speed, because we still need another 92,000 bricks. Wow, that's still a lot. Although it's much lower than it used to be. We're basically building a large pyramid on top of this one here, so we are getting there. And here we go, the brick pyramid, the large brick pyramid is finally completed. With that, I think I can actually, what I'm going to do there, I think I'll just throw a little statue there. It might be nice to, there you go, throw one of those right there, looks good. So that's that brick pyramid completely blocked off. We could actually throw in the grave goods now, although I am concerned a little bit about grave robbers. I wonder if that'll actually happen or not. I've heard there can be bugs occasionally when you need to distribute with multiple areas, but we'll see how it goes. I'll take a backup save. I think, it doesn't matter. I don't care about it too much. If it does bug out, then I'm stuffed. But either way, we done that big one there. We've done the mausoleum up here, which thankfully hasn't glitched out graphically just yet. And we've got this big one is very nearly done. We require another 23 loads of limestone and 5 more loads of bricks. So basically, as you get closer to the top, it becomes a very limestone heavy pyramid. But thankfully, we're able to import sufficient amounts. And there we go, brick pyramid is finished. Unfortunately, there are just fires going all through the city. I got no idea what causes it at all. Again, it's just these random things, bizarre, just burnt down for no reason. If you have a look at the fire chart, again, that up there is not doing very well. Let's throw a little, can I build someone there? There you go, let's build something and try and, take care of the fire problem. It should be sorted, but for some reason it just is not randomly. That happens, I don't know why. Either way, what was I called back here for? The brick pyramid is finished. This massive, massive monstrosity is finally done. All I'm working on now is getting culture up, which is unfortunately the fact that I just had a dancer's stage burned down along with a zoo doesn't help. But I will be getting there very shortly, and then with that, I'll cut back and we can finish this mission. Okay, there we done. We've finally done it. We've finally done it. Libraries galore. I don't know. It's overkill because a library is such a rare thing. But there you go. We have 14 libraries operating throughout the city now. And keep in mind, each one of those takes 500 papyrus. So we are no longer a papyrus exporter. We're actually importing papyrus. You can see that our cash has begun plummeting. And of course, prosperity is very, very low as a response to that. So what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm going to take a quick save just in case everything goes wrong. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time going over the city here. So we've got up here, this is our basic, this is where we started our massive beer thing. We've had no problems with beer the entire time. We have absolutely no issues there. Grain, of course, these people are all fed on grain. There's our massive little papyrus industry over there. You come down here, we've got all this beautiful stuff through the center here. I'm not going to talk very much. I'm just going to let you admire the city as I've built it up. And there we go. That is enough. I think I've been looking at the city for a long, long time now. So I'm keen to get away from it. So hopefully the prosperity is not going to collapse in the meantime. It's shooting downwards from it. It was at 100, but we have been losing money for some time. So what I can do now is, of course, send everything off. Hopefully, yes, looks like we've got enough of everything. Send off the papyrus, send off these luxury goods, and of course the linen. Another reason we're losing so much money as well, we did have a massive request for luxury goods just before, so we've been buying in quite a lot of that, coupled with all the papyrus I've had to import due to the library construction. But anyway, we're all done with that. We should be able to shoot back into cash. We make nearly 37,000 Debens per year in tax, so loads of cash coming in there. Yep, I think we're looking good. So with that, we just need to wait for the monument to tick over and hope to God that prosperity does actually manage to survive. And of course the glitch, we've just lost the background for some reason on this bloody mausoleum. Who knows what causes it. And there we go, onwards to victory.
All hail the mighty Pharaoh. Your dynasty is without equal, and Egyptians from now until the end of time will speak your name with the greatest reverence.
Loads of fun. That is Pharaoh beaten. I have beaten both sides, the military and the peaceful side of Pharaoh. It took me 905 months. That's not too bad. It's less than 100 years. But this is definitely a long-lived Pharaoh playing this game. So either way, we've done it. We've beaten it on hard the entire way through. I will go on and I will do the Cleopatra missions. They will continue to be put into this playlist. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break now. I've just smashed out, must be something like 40 missions of Pharaoh over the last couple of weeks, months. I don't know how long it's taken me. But I'm going to go and do some other recordings in the near future. But I will come back to Cleopatra in probably in another couple of weeks, I think. So make sure to keep checking back and smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are indeed interested in more Pharaoh building content. Take care, guys. I'll see you around. Thanks for coming along on the journey with me.
Through 5 epochs, through countless trials and numberless lifetimes, Egypt has endured. Now, none challenge our authority. Your family's story is the story of Egypt. Thousands worship you as a god. And the dynasty you have forged shall never be forgotten.